Hey guys, the next map we're going to be working on is Overpass, so I'm going to talk about some aggressive setups that we can do on this map as CT. So again, I've talked about this before, but the theory of why you would do an aggressive setup is to get information early so that you can make the proper retakes. Make a proper retake by getting a flank, or by getting information and then rotating accordingly so that you can stack one side or the other. So mostly the kind of aggressive setups that people do on this map is all around the A site, like you can long, party, connector, fountain, mostly A setups, but also around this water area. So I'm going to talk about some nades that we can throw to set up all of those areas. Now, I'm not totally sure where everyone's going to set up on this map, but I think it'd be best for Seek and O-Town to play A, and for Point and Bushy to play B, and then for Savage to go in between the two as needed. For example, if we're stacking B, Savage would be Heaven, or he'd be Graffiti, something like that. And if we're pushing Connector, then he would obviously be the one in Connector, along with possibly O-Town, while I watch their backs. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. If we're doing a stack B, one nice thing about this site, about A site, is that you can do aggressive setups with just two people. It's similar to Inferno B site in that way, in that you're not, just because you have two people doesn't mean you have to play passive, like on a Mirage, or, well, Mirage isn't even like that anymore. What would I say? Maybe like a Train or something. Yeah, basically. So you can either go bathrooms or long if you have two people. And what I mean by that is maybe you have one guy here and the other guy in here, so that you can watch party and mid. But if they come connector, you can still fall back. If you only have two people, you really don't want to push all the way up here, because then all of a sudden you have to worry about the playground, the ramp, and connector. That's just too many angles for two people. But if you push up just to like this line, then you'll be fine. Like, this is Guardian spot. So if you just push, if you're playing around here, and then maybe here, that's fine if you just have two people. And if you're playing long, it's almost easier because there's like only 4 spots you can play long. You can play like here, and here. And you just have to be careful of someone flanking you, but you can still make some peeks into the playground area. It's not really a problem. So with two people on the A site, those are just some basic setups you can do. And then on the B site, with two people, basically the only aggressive setup you can do is you come up here, and I'm standing on this like raised tile, and I throw a molly over, and I molly that, and I push up here. And then you take, you smoke this off. This you can even do in pugs, because it only takes like one person, but it's really dangerous with one person. But with two people, you can pretty effectively hold this. Anyway, so you push up. So you just have this angle and this angle to worry about. And then if they go monster, you just say, fuck it, I'll play retake. So you guys can do, like, if you want to mix it up on the B site, you can throw in, what would you call it? Yeah, an aggressive setup like that. Especially if they're not mollying short. Sometimes if the T's know what they're doing, they will throw a molly short to like counteract your molly, to make it more of a fair fight taking that water control. All right. So now this is where a lot of times we're going to have 3 people on the A site. And we're going to be pushing something. We're going to be pushing connector, we're going to be pushing fountain, or we're going to be pushing like long. Actually, probably it's always going to be connector or like party. If we push long, it'll more likely be with just 2 people. So if we're pushing connector, this is pretty much over. If we're pushing A, this is the smoke we're going to throw. So as you come out bathrooms, you throw right at the top of that trash can. It goes up on the stairs a little bit. And that way, you can get up here and see over the top. And they can see you if they have an ops. Be careful. If they have rifles, it's going to be really hard for them to see you. So you can get a couple of free shots. You can get a couple of free shots before you get headshotted, basically. So it's dangerous, but you can get up to 2 kills for free. Let's see. So if you throw that smoke, you can also throw it if you come up this way. Throw it like there, I think. And there's a hole in that one. That's not the smoke I throw, so I don't know it quite as well. And then you can push up here and get up into their faces, basically. You can get up, fight playground, fight ramp. You don't have to worry about connector, which is why I only recommend doing this if we have 3 people. So let's say FaZe do this a lot. It's really a really good team to watch. So you got maybe O-Town sitting here, Savage is up in the party, and then I'd be here watching just to check if I hear anything connector, and if I hear anything I can drop my smoke, which will give you guys time to fall back. It's reasonable once this smoke fades, you can even push up here. If you want to push fountain right away, here's the smoke you can throw, and that one's nice because as you throw that and then you flash over, it'll be bloomed already. You do need to worry about over here, but no one's going to be able to wrap you there if you throw that smoke right at the beginning of the round, which is nice. So you can throw that, flash over, and then double peek, kill anyone here. And if you don't kill anyone, you just chill. Chill at the fountain, especially if you have an op and you can see into that ramp area. You can also get a nice quick flank on B if they're doing a rush B, or if they're executing, whatever they're doing. So you can push in that way. Another nice nade that I just learned, thanks to God B, is if you stand there, it's a little bit shallow. Anyway, yeah, if you jump up on this bench at the beginning of the round, and you look here, you just do a running jump throw. You can molly this area. It's too far, you can't nade it. I tried. It would have been sweet if you could nade stack that, but you can't. Nade burst like right there. So you can molly that if you want to push. That's especially useful on a pistol round because if you come up and they're lit 20 or they're lit 30, something in that area, then if you have a CZ and you hit them in the head, they're dead. Or if you have a 5.7 and you headshot them, they're dead. Or even a P250, basically anything but a USP or dualies, because dualies are basically like dual USBs, then they're dead. And it's the downside is the molly doesn't last as long as the smoke, and they can also shoot you through the molly. So you gotta weigh those options for sure. Anything else we want to talk about? Yeah, pushing connector. When you push connector, you still want to throw this smoke. That's almost like an every round type smoke. Anyway, and then you can come up here, or come down here, and hold this, as Savage knows. If you got a shotgun, if you got a rifle, probably anything but an op. And even if you have an op, maybe O-Town hold this with a rifle, and then Savage you hold this with an op. And then again, I'm here to support. I'm spotting long, and I'm also here to, in case they run through the smoke and try and wrap you. This has been a long enough video. There's, maybe like 4 places on CT side you can aggress on. There's short B, there's the connector, there's the fountain, and there's long. There's a whole lot of stuff you can do. And on Overpass, CT side is very dynamic. We're going to be pushing different things, probably every round, every gun round at least, and get a kill and then fall back and do passive setups.